There are probably few people in the world who have not heard of Russia, a vast country officially known as the Russian Federation, located on two continents, Europe and Asia. Russia has a good climate due to its expansion from North Asia to Eastern Europe. Due to its vast area, a very large population lives in this country. One of the largest cities in the world, Moscow, is the capital of Russia. The Russian population lives in the western and European parts, and the eastern part is mostly uninhabited. The language of the Russian people is mostly Russian, but Tatar and folk languages are also common among the people. There are also many religions in this country. For this reason, Russia can be called a multinational and multi-ethnic country. As previously mentioned, this country benefits from its large area and its climatic conditions. There are many regional differences in this country, so you should enjoy the weather with sufficient information to travel to this country. Winters in Russia are very cold and exhausting. This cold reaches 50 or 60 degrees below zero. But if you also like a lot of cold and snow, enjoy traveling to this country. So, if you are interested in a tour of Russia, August and early September are the best and most suitable time to travel to this country. Cyanida, George, because in the spring the ice melts and it becomes difficult for you to travel. Due to the dry weather in Russia, in the areas near Siberia, the weather reaches 20 degrees during the summer, and at this time you can visit the Siberian regions. In cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, the temperature changes between 20 and 30 degrees. When traveling to this country, pay attention to a few points. If you are one of those people who talk about privacy, this country is not a good place for you, because there is no privacy in Russia. If you can get rid of the heavy traffic on Russian streets by buying an ambulance and driving it, it is better not to whistle in this country at your home, because Russians are superstitious about this. Russians keep quiet for a few hours before flying. In Russia, the population of women is 1.5 times that of men. In this country, it is customary to hang carpets on the walls of the room instead of underfoot. In Russia, mushrooms and berries are picked for fun. The vast territory of Russia is surrounded by numerous seas, the main of which are the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Finland in the west, the White Sea, the Pechora Sea, the Kara Sea, the Barents Sea, the Laptev Sea, the East Siberian Sea, the Chukchi Sea, and the South Arctic in the north, the Bering Sea, the Sea of Okhotsk, the Sea of Japan, and the Pacific Ocean in the east. The Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in the south. Despite the length of the country's coastline reaching 653.37 kilometers, Russia enjoys a favorable situation, considering that its coasts are located in the Arctic region, or the seas related to it are connected to important routes through straits controlled by other countries. It does not exist in relation to other countries in the world. The borders of this country in 1399 are 20 kilometers. Moscow, the capital of Russia and the largest city in the European part of the continent, has played an important and fundamental role in the development of this country and the world. The buildings and architecture of the Russian Empire are still preserved in the city, which has been largely renovated and transformed into a European city in the Russian style. If St. Petersburg is the window to Europe, Moscow is the heart of Russia. The city is pleasant, lively, and sometimes covered in snow. The population of Moscow is almost 10 million people and is the most important financial center of Russia, as well as the seat of government and parliament. In this city, you can easily see the Asian face of Europe, which makes you feel like you are in Europe when you visit Moscow, but in terms of spirit and behavior, it shows the feeling of being in an Asian city. The majority of Moscow's population is of Russian, local, Tatar, Armenian, Azerbaijani, Belarusian, Georgian, Uzbek, Tajik, Moldovan, Moldovan, Chechen ethnic groups. Their religion is Orthodox Christianity, but other religions such as Armenian, Islam, Buddhism, Catholicism, Yazidism, Judaism, Protestantism are also present in Moscow. Moscow, with its diverse ethnicity and religion, is a demonstration of ethnic and religious freedom. Moscow has a Kara-type climate, the distinctive characteristics of which are cold and long winters and hot summers. The temperature in Moscow in winter varies between 5 and minus 25 degrees Celsius, and in Moscow's summer it reaches 10 to 35 degrees Celsius. Snow is usually seen in the 1st of November, but it first occurs in January and February. In mid-April, it witnessed a change towards warm and sunny weather, with the temperature reaching 20 degrees Celsius in early June. With these descriptions, the best time to travel to Moscow is in the autumn and spring seasons. Moscow spring is full of blossoms and its autumn is full of colors. Victory Day and Spring Festival celebrations are included in a trip to Moscow. Summers are the peak of tourism in Moscow with long days and enough heat. But the cost of your trip to Russia will definitely increase in this season. On the other hand, winter is the city of Moscow because there is snow on the ground all the season. But if you love winter sports, you will miss the opportunity to travel to Moscow in winter. In this video, we got acquainted with the beautiful city of Moscow. If you want to see more videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.